Hey y'all, I'm Carly, and today we're going to be discussing diabetes. Now, diabetes has been a part of my family for over 20 years, and we'll be seeing part of that in a little while. But what we're going to find out now is what exactly diabetes is. Diabetes is a metabolic disease where the body has an inability to produce insulin, which is the way that your body breaks down glucose, which is sugar, obviously. And so when that happens, nothing good happens, obviously. But there are two different types of diabetes. There's type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is going to be type 1 diabetes is more of a genetic type. You're more likely to get type 1 diabetes from the genes that you have, and there's nothing you can do to reverse type 1 diabetes. But there's also type 2 diabetes, which is where the same effects essentially, but you don't always have to take insulin when you're type 2 diabetic. But when you have type 1, then you're gonna have to take insulin to control your glucose levels. But in type 2, you can take insulin, or they have different pills you can take as well. But type 2 is going to be more of something you accumulate through your life. It can come with old age, it can come with weight gain, it can come with all sorts of different things. The number one thing is going to be obesity. We're seeing a lot more of type 2 diabetes in people due to the rise in obesity in America, and which is honestly very sad. But type 2 diabetes can be reversed if it's caught soon enough, which is going to be the stage of pre-diabetic. But once you get past a certain stage of pre-diabetes, then you're going to be a type 2 diabetic, and there's not much you can do about it. But what we're about to see right now is an interview with my older sister. My sister has had diabetes for 22 years, for 17 years. She's 22 years old. And she's just going to tell you a little bit about how diabetes has affected her and what she's learned about it and how she feels about a cure coming soon for diabetes, because there have been breakthroughs for cure to diabetes, but there has not been a cure yet. But there is hope, and we are hoping that it is discovered soon, because there's so many people out there that deserve this cure and just the ability to get back to a normal life. And yeah, so now we're going to see the interview with my sister.
Hey, I'm Kelsey. I'm Carly's sister. I am 22 years old, and I've had diabetes since I was 5, so I've had it for 17 years.
Okay, so tell us, what exactly is diabetes?
Diabetes is like an autoimmune disease where your pancreas shuts down, mostly, and it stops producing insulin, which helps control blood sugar levels. And so, like, because when you eat food, you're intaking glucose, and that glucose gets builds up in your blood, and so insulin is a hormone that your pancreas produces that takes insulin from or takes glucose from your blood, and it packs it in fat cells and stores it for later, because glucose you use for energy and stuff. So if you're not using it, then you gotta save it for later. But since the insulin's not there, that means the glucose levels rise, and you can start start developing symptoms like extreme thirst, paranoia, anger, hunger, just all kinds of things. And you can also have a low blood sugar where your blood glucose levels go like below where they should be, and you also experience things like hunger and just kind of delirium, kind of like you're drunk.
Okay. Has diabetes been hard on you?
Yeah, I mean, you have some sort of chronic issue for 17 years. You think sometimes it's not simple, but the worst part was when I was younger, and I like in school they would have like cupcakes for people's birthdays and stuff, and people would bring the cupcakes, and my parents told them to take the icing off the cupcake, and so everybody else would eat the whole cupcake, but my favorite part, the icing, was taken off, and I couldn't eat it, so I just had the cake. It was like a lonely muffin, and it was so depressing. Okay.
And do you think there will be a cure soon?
I could see there being a cure within the next 15 years, because just technology is advancing so quickly, and whether they I'm not sure what the cure will be. I'm sure it's not going to be just some antidote where everything starts working again. A lot like movies like to make it seem, but I think there would be some technology that will help us advance to that point.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Do I get paid?
No. Well, there you have it, footage from an actual diabetic, and my sister's not the only person in my family who's had diabetes. There have been several relatives of mine who have, and it is not an easy disease by any means. It takes a lot of getting used to, and I remember when my sister was diagnosed with it, I remember all of the struggles that her and my parents went through, and it would just be awesome if there was a cure soon. And even though there aren't very many preventions to it, there are to type 2, but to type 1, which is the type that my sister has, there's not anything you can do about it right now. So a cure would be awesome, and I hope that you all have learned a lot about diabetes, and yeah, have a great day.